Copa America match day 6. Peru nil, Canada 1. Argentina 1, Chile nil. We've seen the boys from Group A run it back, and we have some takeaways we're going to break down for you guys in this video. But before we do, of course, as always, drop a like if you could, hit subscribe so you don't miss the daily content, not just these videos, but the live streams dropping on Deadball TV, and let us know your thoughts, your takeaways in the comments. Now, we're going to give like our general kind of points that we have for all of these videos, and then a very quick match by match analysis. So we'll start, as always, with fraud of the day for Copa Day 6. And I thought this one was kind of difficult, but I'm going to
Yeah.
say, and this is a little hater, admittedly, I'm going to say Tejan Buchanan, man.
Okay.
I'm going to say
Yep.
Tejan Buchanan did F all as a sub. And I think this is now a string of 7 bad games in a row for Canada. I mean, I'm getting a little concerned. I thought big boy Buchanan, after the fancy move to Italy, I thought he was going to ball out. And I'm a Tejan fan, but he's got to do better. He's got to do better. He's almost, not only did he do nothing offensively, he's almost culpable for the Christian Cueva casi golazo in the 86th minute amazing save by Crepeau. Like, he's almost responsible for that as well. So I think for a guy who's been regarded as one of Canada's most dangerous players, maybe a tier 2 dangerous player, I thought he was terrible today. Do you have a fraud?
Yeah, I do. I have Kone.
Mm.
Kone looked shaken. He looked shaken. He looks like he's got the yips. Like if I'm his manager and on a baseball team, I'm sending him down to the minor leagues to get his swag back because my guy looked different. And we said it. We said it at halftime during that game. The objective would be to get a couple fouls, head to the free point line or the 3-point line, the free throw line, so to speak. Just get yourself some advantage and get back into the game. But he looked almost incapable of that. He looked frustrated the entire game, which the CONMEBOL teams will do that to you. You believe that is part of your game, their game plan. But dude, for somebody who is so integral to that team, you gotta take that next step up. You need to.
Yeah, he's a
You
great
need to.
shout. He's a phenomenal shout. I
Yeah.
thought about him too. Honestly, I think of the teams with the most frauds today, this is no
It's
anti-Canada
Canada.
bias. It is Canada. Canada did have the most guys that kind of ghosted. I mean, my second up was Liam Miller, and I'll keep this one very short. He cannot start. He cannot start. He has to be a bench player. You cannot keep starting this man against this level of opposition. It's too much for him.
It's too much for him. Schaffelberg is so clear.
It's so clear.
And it's not close. The way that the dynamic impact that he had when he came on and the way the game changed when he made his appearance was just night and day.
Mhm.
It was excellent. Excellent.
Before we move on to stud of the day, I was thinking, is there an Argentine fraud? Was there a player that you were perhaps very disappointed in how they performed today? Let us know in the comments.
I was disappointed in DePaul, but he had some really good moments too. I'd say he's a net neutral. He had some really excellent moments and then he had some really negative moments. So I'd say it's a net neutral performance from him overall, but I mean, for somebody that we need to be on point, he just wasn't there today.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he was.
Agreed.
No.
Agreed. As much as we love and borderline simp for Rodrigo DePaul, it was not his best
We
game.
do. No,
We
he's got to get a new haircut or something to get his
Yeah.
swagger back.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if he comes out with like the braids again.
Yeah. Switch it up.
Yeah. Just exact same cut as Nunez. Maybe that's what he needs. Stud of the day. Bro, I'm gonna keep it with Canada. I promise we're gonna talk about other teams. Crepeau. Crepeau
Okay.
was massive. My front runner for the Golden Glove. I think he made 4 saves in total. And the degree of difficulty and the moments in the match in which he made the saves on Cueva, I think he had one on maybe Andy
No, man.
Polo. Ridiculous.
It was insane.
Yeah.
It was insane. The degree of saves, I think, is what it boils down to. You're exactly correct because Dibu had a very similar performance stat-wise, but the degree of saves that Crepeau had were just world class.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the way that he got after some of those aerial balls, they were curving, they were knuckleballs. It was insane. It was insane.
I would say that the top 3 keepers I've seen, I'm curious if you agree with my ranking. I got Crepeau, Emmy, and then probably Mosquera from Panama is my top
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, good shout. I think a case needs to be made for Claudio Bravo now.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I'd have him 4, I think.
dude just looks locked in. Yeah, yeah, right around there. I'm sure there's somebody that we're forgetting. Gallese, like, or excuse me, Galese. You can't forget about him either. Not that he's had too much to do in his 2 games
He really
because
hasn't.
Peru's defense is looking really concise. No,
He really hasn't.
but he's just waiting for his chance.
Okay.
Yeah. My stud of the day, dude. I'm gonna take it away from a player. I'm gonna go straight to Gareca. Gareca's game
Mm.
plan looked like it played out exactly like he wanted it to. I mean, Chile looked competitive nearly the entire game. I'd say that there was maybe a collective 15 to 20 minutes that Chile looked potentially outclassed. But even then, it looked like they were braced for impact. Like it looked like they knew a hurricane was coming and they were prepared. They did not look put on the back foot. Momentum did not shift. And I think you have to attribute that to Gareca. One of the guys in our chat was wondering why we don't like Argentina, why Argentina doesn't just play like we did against the Netherlands, why we don't play like we did against France, right? Why isn't that intensity there? And I think you can attribute that to the play styles. The play style that Gareca went for is one that he knows Argentina is not necessarily going to have trouble with, right? Because we can break down a low block, but he knows that it's going to take away our major attributes, i.e., countering, i.e., getting the ball to players when the defense is out of position, right? He said the primary thing here is maintaining defensive shape and constricting any sort of free space in Argentina's final third. And I think that was exactly what they did. They played that to a T,
Mhm.
and the only reason we were able to score was due to chaos and messiness in the box. Um, and it is what it is. Thank God we capitalized on that. Otherwise, dude, if there's not a freak bounce ball or two here and there, Chile leaves with a point.
Yeah.
And frankly, they deserved a point.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about it, Chile deserved a point today. Scoreline is unfair to
Hey,
them.
we're gonna get into our game by game recast. There were some injustices today. But look at what Peru
Yes.
probably
Yes. Yeah,
deserved
yeah, yeah.
and what Chile deserved. I mean, sometimes the soccer gods, sometimes they having a bad day. They slept on the
They're having a
shoulder, it's a
bad
little
day.
sore, and they're like, nah, F y'all. We're just gonna do what we want. And I think that's what
Yes,
happened a little
correct.
bit. Before we move on to biggest moment of the day, special nomination for stud of the day, my silver medal, Callens for Peru. I think he's been ridiculously good in the first 2 games. He's probably in my team of the tournament so far as one of my CBs. Guy was a freak. Momento más grande, biggest moment. I have to say it's Araujo's red card against
Yeah,
Canada.
that's what I have too.
Okay, why?
That's what I have
Why'd
too.
you go with that?
Um, because it changed the game.
Yeah.
You know what? I won't say it changed the game because I think that that entails that it changed the momentum drastically when it happened and Peru was playing on the back foot. They were not. And we'll get into our match by match recap or match for match recap, but what it did add up to was Canada scoring the goal. I don't think that happens if they have the same amount of players. The space is just constricted too well by Peru today when they had all their players. That being said, later in the game, they were on the back foot. When it happened immediately in that moment, I mean, you almost felt like defensively, they were playing with the same amount of men. Offensively
Mhm,
is the only time that you really saw it until that last gasp there.
mhm. I agree. I think Peruvians, man, I don't know if there's too much controversy about the red. I think it is a red card. And maybe it's orange, but I think it leans red. Could have been really, really bad for Schaffelberg. Yeah, I don't know. I have very little sympathy for Peruvians for the red card. I have much sympathy for the result, but not how it happened. I mean, the area on Schaffelberg's leg that he connected on could have easily broken his leg. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not having too many tears shed towards that. Um, Lastly, biggest surprise. You already said this, but mine was how bad Ismail Kone was. Like he was terrible. He was terrible today. Like losing the ball, couldn't make a 5-yard pass. He's flicking it straight out of bounds. He's flicking it in the middle of the field when he doesn't have a teammate there. Like I don't know. I was very impressed with how he looked against both France and the Netherlands. I thought against Argentina he was okay. You know, it's a big ask. And today I thought it was honestly the worst game I've
It's a
seen
big
from him
ask.
in the Canadian jersey. So yeah, how bad
Yep.
Ismail Kone was. What's your biggest surprise?
My biggest surprise, who was the lad that had 2 shots on goal for Chile?
Echeverria. Echeverria.
Echeverria. My man, get this man some more opportunities. I did not expect that. I did not expect the big offensive opportunities from Chile to be outside of the box shots. I was surprised to see those and kind of happy. I always think you need more outside of the box shots. Beautiful, and you want to see more. Credit to Chile today.
Yeah, credit to Chile. My second biggest surprise was how good Chile looked. And let's just go ahead and get into our very brief match thoughts about the game. So
Yeah,
Argentina obviously win it late, 1-0. In a nutshell, this was the most stereotypical Argentina Chile Copa America match you could think of in your wildest dreams or darkest nightmares. It's exactly what you would imagine. Feisty, ugly. I was though surprised at how much better every single Chilean, everyone in the starting 11 looked in this game versus Peru. Peru, it was like they kind of looked like they forgot how to ball. And today it was like they showed up against the big bad. And I
yeah,
think you guys
yeah,
are the big bad, no offense. So everybody's going to get up for the Argentina match. I think they did. Biggest loser today, in my opinion, is Chile because that performance warranted a point. And they're going to leave with nothing heading into the final match day with a basically, not basically, it is a must win game against Canada. So biggest loser
yeah.
for me, Chile. I thought they were defensively phenomenal. Diaz in the back too. Isla even. Pulgar, comeback game. Very, very good overall.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Your takeaways are pretty perfect there. Chile played a fantastic game. They played a fantastic game. I mean, you have to think that Gareca was in the locker room winding them up. Like, I mean, the way that I would have gone about it and the way that in my head, it played out is you hate us, right? You hate us. So play like it. Because they did. They showed up. They got up for that game. Anybody who was thinking that this was going to be, myself included, who thought this was going to be just an absolute smoke show on Argentina's part, you have to take into account that the Chileans and the Copa America in general is a tournament built off of spite. It is built off of spite and aggression, and you don't want to win as much as you want the other team to lose. So you get up for these big games. And yes, we are the bad guys. We're flying high.
Mhm.
Everybody in South America, including a lot of Brazilians that I've talked to, our biggest rivals, stoked when we won the World Cup. Stoked that we won the Finalissima. The El Mundial, it is in South America again. When it comes to Copa America, nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. They're going to come at you 100%. And that's exactly what they did. They said, we got you in 2 Copa Americas, including the Centenario. We're going to come right back.
Mhm.
We're going to come right back. Fantastic.
Dude,
Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic.
minutes away from a holy hell statement. I mean, we just had Brazil draw Costa Rica yesterday. This would have been, I don't think on par because I think the gap is maybe a little closer between these
The
teams.
gap is, yeah,
But
for sure.
I mean, you'd be looking at Chile and you'd be like, oh, hell no. They're doing it again. They're going to do it
Yep.
again. They're going to win another Copa America on U.S. soil. And now it's
I mean,
like, now it's red alert
we
time.
saw it in the now it's red alert time. We saw it in the chat. People were jumping on us in the chat saying that Chile is Argentina's dad, 50 minutes into the game. That is where the dialogue shifts 100%.
Yeah, but then at the end of the game, the chat was saying Chile are grouped, and we'll give a very
Yeah.
quick Chile Canada prediction at the end. And we want to hear yours as well in the comments. I don't think so. Let's move on to Peru nil, Canada 1. Oh man, I mean, I think you and I are both in agreement. If the red card doesn't happen, Peru not only get a point most likely, they probably win.
Yeah. That's the way the momentum was pushing. That's the way
Yes.
the momentum was pushing there. Peru does not look like the team that's losing all their friendlies, that's scheduling, nothing friendlies and performing poorly. They look like a team that wants to win. They're
Yeah.
not playing the prettiest
Dude,
football.
they don't
They're
look like
not playing the
bottom
prettiest
of
football.
CONMEBOL. They do not look
They
like that.
don't. If you show me this team and I don't know what the table for CONMEBOL looks like, there's no way that I'm buying that Chile and Peru are sitting down. No way.
Well,
No
especially
way that
Peru.
I buy that.
Especially Peru.
Especially Peru. Especially Peru.
I mean, if
100%.
there's a
No
team
shot.
of the 16 teams of this Copa America, if there's one team that has impressed me the most, I would love to know what you guys think in the comments. For me, it's Peru. I thought these guys were gonna
Overperformers of the
lose
tournament
both
for sure.
games. Well, maybe not lose to Canada, but lose to Chile, probably 2-0, something like that, and then be absolutely cooked pretty much by the time the final match came around in Argentina.
Yeah.
But dude, they've come out and they've looked like some dogs. What if I told you that Gallese or Galese has 2 saves in 2 games? He's made 1 save in each match.
Now, just to give you guys some context here, if you're not familiar with Galese, Galese has built his entire career, his relevance, with incredible performances on the national team. This man is an MLS keeper.
Yeah.
He is so much higher quality than that. Go back and watch any tournament, any performance that Peru has put on in, I don't know, the last 12 years. Galese is key.
Yeah.
He is key. So the fact that he's still capable of this, right? That we know he's tenured doing this sort of stuff and hasn't had to, speaks volumes for Peru, especially if you look at their friendlies and their World Cup qualifying, and you realize that these guys give away goals for free.
Yeah.
They give away goals for free, it feels like. This is a night and day performance. This is like, I don't even know. They put on the Batman mask for this one.
Been crazy.
It's insane.
It's been crazy, man. Sergio Peña has been
Overperformers of the
so good
tournament
in
so far.
both games. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Sergio
Yep.
Peña's been unreal. My closing thoughts on Canada. Schaffelberg, not only did he draw the red card, however you want to say it, but he was damn near he was their best attacker when he came on.
He
Changed
was
the
their
game.
best attacker, not close.
It's not close. Great finish by Jonathan David, but Schaffelberg creates the play. Created a couple other good chances too. He needs to work on his crossing ability, but if I'm a Canadian fan or Jesse Marsh, I don't know how I rationalize keeping this guy on the bench. I think he's too
Yeah.
important. I think he's too important now. And just kind of uncharacteristic game for a lot of Canada's best players. I thought Cornelius was trash. I thought Kone was trash. Alistair Johnston was struggling. Richie Larea, mid at best. Tajon Buchanan, ghost show.
Bombita did not improve. He did not improve. I expected a better game this time, but no, he pretty much stayed the same. A
Yeah.
couple of really good chances that he stuffed, and then a couple of opportunities that he gave up that were really pretty shocking.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought he was okay. One of like the better Canadian performers. Like we said, I was disappointed with a lot of the Canadians today. I thought Bombito held his own, Davies held his own, David held his own.
I just expected
Takiao.
I expected an improvement,
Yeah.
and it felt neutral. Yeah,
Yeah.
Takiao, yeah.
He got so much
Largely
better
neutral.
when the red card happened. Like everybody kind of
Yeah.
stepped up. So that is like I think
Yes.
the biggest moment from today's matches. Let's go ahead and end here very quickly. Who do you have a better feeling about heading into that final game? Chile versus Canada. Who do you think takes it?
I'm gonna go Chile, not on the strength of their performers, but on the fact that they've seen 2 games for Canada. They know what they're coming up against, and the fact that they have Gareca in their corner who's going to get them ready. He's not letting them go out unprepared. They're not taking this lackadaisically. This is a make or break game for Chile. If they'd like to advance, they need to listen to what he has to say, and they need to come correct. Because if you don't, this Canada team's going to punch you in the mouth. Just what I've been saying about Chile. If you do not come correct for Chile, they're going to punch you in the mouth. I'm saying the same thing for Canada now. I'm saying the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm leaning Chile as well. It's going to be a great game. It's going to be a great game. We're going to go live for that. So make sure you hit subscribe if you haven't already done so. Drop your thoughts down below in the comments. Like I said, smash the like button. We are live tomorrow for the second round of Group B games. I think it's Mexico, Venezuela, Jamaica, Ecuador. It's going to be absolute madness. So y'all jump in the chat, man. The live streams are always a good time. We'll see y'all in the next one.